Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Another episode of Clickbait. We are here. We have Bachelor Nation breakdown. We are going to break down Paradise. We know people have been going back and forth on Twitter, so that'll be a little fun to talk about that. Current contestants on the show, Genevieve, Michael, Justin, Kara. We'll break that down. We have the Clickbait of the week. And then our very special guest. He was on our season of Paradise. He just showed up to the beach. Aaron Clancy's here. We're going to talk to him about the only ocean is the lotion, or the lotion is the only ocean, whatever he said.
It was so good.
That was very funny.
Is he really going to be on this podcast without James? He's going to do it by himself?
I don't think
he wears
so.
a shirt. Because every time I see him, he has no shirt on.
I hope he
does
doesn't.
50-50. Yeah, I hope he doesn't. It's 50-50 shot.
How's everybody doing? Anything interesting this weekend? We know, Natasha, you are in London, right?
I'm in London now. Yeah, I just got here today. I was in Paris. It was amazing. And lots of things happened.
Nice.
I'm still just growing a person.
Okay.
Growing a person. And honey, that person is thriving. Let me tell you. That person said, let me out.
Trying to keep my ankles from swelling. That's the news this week.
Elevated.
Yeah, I have to do like toes on the walls thing to get all my blood back where it's supposed to be.
Have you had any or I don't know even what the word is, but have you had to like go to the hospital at all, like because like, oh, maybe the baby's coming early as well?
Thank God.
No.
Thank God.
None of that. Thank God. I know. I've almost fallen a few times and I'm like, God bless. Got yelled at too for being on a ladder, but it's like I've got shit to do. If I have to get on the ladder, I just have to do it really quick and then I get down.
You should probably not be on a ladder.
Yeah.
We've downgraded to the step stool.
Yeah, do not get on the ladder. Don't even get on the step stool, honey.
I had to put my bats up. I had to put my Halloween decorations up.
You gotta treat yourself like your laptop. It's very fragile.
No,
what's everybody, before we get into it, what's everyone's go-to Halloween movie? Do you have one?
Oh, Hocus Pocus, the original.
Did you watch two?
I guess.
No, I heard bad things about the second one, that it wasn't very good. So I just
didn't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
I will say I listened to y'all clickbait episode last week about Paradise, and I feel, ooh, y'all so nice. Y'all nice.
Why?
What we even said?
Yeah. The odds of me remembering last episode. Slim to none.
Well, yeah,
sure.
It's good. No, I mean, when we talk about it, we'll talk about it. I'm just like, wow. No, and this season has been interesting so far. I'll say that.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about it. Should we? Let's get into the breakdown.
Alrighty. Bachelor Nation breakdown. We got a lot of baby announcements, babies, books, and Bachelor in Paradise. It reminds me of The Office. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Okay. Vanessa Grimaldi just had her baby. I feel like we reported on this. I say we reported on this like we're on the damn morning news. Yeah. But I feel like we talked about this. She didn't announce it until later in her pregnancy, but she had her first baby with her husband the day before her own birthday. So she had her baby boy.
And the baby was born on Nick Viall's birthday.
Oh, very interesting.
Yep.
Wait, I wonder if she remembered that. Or how did you know that? Did Nick tell you that?
I just did Nick's podcast, so we had talked about that.
Interesting. I didn't realize that Nick and Vanessa's birthdays were right back to back.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Oh,
guys, my mind is blown.
I know, alternate universe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, interesting.
Well, very happy.
They haven't shared the baby's name yet, so I'm sure we'll hear more about this. But yeah, very happy for them.
Nice. And then who else
had
a baby?
That is wild.
Well, Sarah Herod announced that she's pregnant. She did IVF, and she did egg freezing with Dr. Amy, right?
Yes, he did.
Dr. Amy is like the egg freezing champ. Yeah, Natasha, you had your eggs frozen, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's not even like it's so much more than that. Like, she is giving chances to women that literally other doctors have been like, yeah, babe, sorry, you're not gonna have
Oh,
a
I know.
baby.
Same with
Not gonna have
Caroline.
one.
Yeah, Caroline
Yeah.
Money is like Dr. Amy's biggest fan. So that's so exciting that Sarah found out that she is pregnant through IVF. I know that's such a process and it's hard and challenging.
Yes.
And also one more baby in Bachelor World. Kayla Quinn from Ben Higgins' season announced that her and her husband are pregnant.
Oh,
honey, babies on babies on babies.
All the babies. All the babies.
The babies
I love
are coming.
And I love that these women are in their 30s, by God, because the other morning I was telling Taylor, I'm like, if by the time I'm done having kids, I'll be, I don't know, mid to late 30s. And I'm like, I hope the other parents in my kids' classes at school are my age too.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like the mom that's the oldest. My mom had me at 35. So she always felt like all the other kids' moms were like her kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, you like these women are all in their 30s. I love it.
Well, and I also feel like, especially like nowadays, like people just wait longer. Like, you know, when our parents were younger, people just got married younger and had kids younger. Like, I think my mom, my mom had me when she was, 27. Yeah, 27, I think. So.
Yeah, I mean,
my mom
even
was
younger
done.
than that was the norm.
Yeah, my mom was done having kids by the time she was. Yeah, she had already had 3 kids by the time I think she was. No, I think she had me at 29 actually. Yeah, but regardless, you know, yes, people are getting married. People are getting babies in their 30s and their 40s. So yeah,
love to see it.
Keep going. Love to see it. Happy for all of them.
Any updates for me to share? I had an ultrasound today, and my baby is measuring ahead of schedule.
That's good.
So, it's only supposed to be 28 weeks, but he's measuring like 30 or 31 weeks because he's big. He's a big boy. And he has hair.
Coming out.
Oh, yeah.
He has hair.
She could see his hair on the ultrasound.
What?
Is that not wild? Yeah. I'm like, well, thank
Is
God,
that
because the heartburn. Yeah. You can see like the little fuzz growing. You want to see his face? I don't think you saw his face earlier, Natasha.
No. Wait, what?
Like,
I saw a belly. Cheeks. I didn't see a face.
Are you kidding?
Oh, wow. That's crazy that you can see that already.
His cheeks are so fat, gravity is pulling them down, and he's floating in a sack. So, like, he looks like he's melting. He's so fat. Little potato.
So cute.
Wow.
That's cute. How is the baby? How's the baby already cute? You guys are having the cutest baby.
He's big. He's like 3 pounds, 12 ounces. There's babies that are born at that size.
What's the average? What's the average when you're born? Was it like 5 pounds or 7?
I think it depends on if it's
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on if it's a girl or a boy. I heard a fun fact. Well, not a fun fact, but I heard this fact the other day. It was like your uterus can hold up to 12 pounds or something. So like people who like have things like, you know, like when they have like half a uterus or something, it's like you can only hold like 6 pounds and then normally the baby's premature, blah, blah, blah. But depending on if it's a boy or girl, normally I feel like it's like, 7 or 8 pounds. And then girls, I was 6 pounds. I remember that. I was 6 pounds, 6.5 pounds.
7.
I have no idea what I was.
Joe, what were you? Probably a 10-pounder, just giving your mom a hard time.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how much I weigh. I guess I could text I'm gonna text my mom. I wonder what I weighed.
That's
okay.
Right.
Enough baby news, but we're so excited for everybody. We love the babies. Love to see it.
We love the babies. We love a wedding announcement, but like a baby announcement is like,
oh yeah, it's so exciting. Yeah. Also a big week for Bachelor Nation book fans.
Books.
Nick Viall's book came out. Don't text your ex on their birthday. It's always so funny to me that Nick Viall, of all people, shares his relationship advice. I mean, he is in a happy relationship now, yes.
Honestly, he's good at it.
Yeah.
He is.
So good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, you did the show a handful of times, but your advice is actually good.
Yeah.
So he wrote a book.
And also, the book, the title of it is so good. Just that alone, I'm like, yes, okay, don't text them.
That's kind of always the advice.
Great,
the hard truths. Like, just don't freaking do it. Don't text your ex.
It is a great name for a book. Like if I'm in a bookstore and I'm looking for dating advice and I see that, like that's so catchy.
Yeah. And it goes both ways too. It's also like, and don't respond when your ex texts you on your birthday, because that's what they love to do.
7 pounds, 7 pounds, 12 ounces. That's
so we're all about average size.
Nice.
7 pounds, really? Interesting.
Yeah. 7.12. 7.12.
Yeah, that's almost.
Yeah.
That's almost.
And then who else has a book? Rachel Lindsay has another one. That's
Rachel Lindsay is writing a novel.
It's a novel.
It's nonfiction, right? But it's like based on a reality TV show or like a dating show.
Well, no, she said that it's based on if she didn't go on the show, because she had never went on the reality show, what will her life look like? And it's fiction, but it's like good.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can't wait to read it.
It's fiction. Yeah. It's not nonfiction. Okay. Well, it's called
because she went on the show.
You're all right. True. It's called Real Love, and it comes out next March. As soon as
I can't wait to read it.
As soon as I tell myself I'm so busy, I don't have time for anything else, and I see people come out with books, and I'm like, when did you have time to write that book? Props to you, because I know that takes a long time and a lot of like focus.
Well, I know a lot of people, but a lot of people use ghostwriters.
I don't understand that
But
concept.
I'm pretty sure Nick wrote his. I know he wrote it. At least he told me that he wrote it. But I know a lot of people use ghostwriters. So how I believe it works is you sit down with the writer and they record you, and you basically, talk out your story, and then they pretty much write it in your words. I believe that's how it works. Yeah.
It's not like you write in your journal and you hand it to someone and they make it.
Well, I know Nick.
Sometimes.
Similar.
Yeah, I know Nick did. I know he wrote this himself, but a lot of people, I believe, use ghostwriters.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write a book.
Would you guys? I was gonna say, would you guys ever write a book?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure. Sure.
I'm definitely gonna write one. Like I've always it's like a goal of mine. Like it used to be a dream when I was younger, and like because I used to be a writer. I actually was a writing major in school, and like I really, really want to write one. But I'm always like, it's like that thing of like fiction, nonfiction, advice, whatever.
And like about your life or not. Yeah. I never really wanted to write a book until the last like year or so, and I'm like, you know what? I should put this shit on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think so. It's nice to get it all out. So I'm so happy.
Oh, for sure.
I haven't read Nick's book yet, but I feel like I should. I need to. I need to buy it right
now.
All right. Babies and books.
Done with it. Let's get on to the good stuff. Twitter wars.
Let's talk about Bachelor in Paradise. It was 4 hours worth this week, and it's going to be that way until the end. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
And break down.
So topic 1, Genevieve spirals. We see that.
Over Justin.
Yeah, Genevieve spirals over Justin. That's majority of the episode, and that is because Victoria Fuller came down and took Justin on a date. So Victoria Fuller comes down, takes Justin on a date. They're having a great time. Genevieve's back at the beach, totally freaking out because the only person on the beach she's interested in is Justin, which. This season especially, I feel like everybody really freaks out because they don't want to go home. And this season especially, I feel like people are also forgetting that people come down every week. But in Genevieve's case, she's probably like, if the only one I'm interested in is Justin, if he goes home or if he chooses Victoria, I'm going home. Which we hear that.
It ends up being that at the end of the day. But also, I feel like
I think she said that because like she just didn't make another connection with anyone else, right? I think that's why she was saying that.
Well, yeah, she does. There's nobody else she's interested in. It's just Justin.
Right.
And she was worried about being embarrassed and like having to leave, so she was like, "I'm just going to leave myself," which kind of led to like one of the Twitter debates.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. Which
Genevieve was essentially saying that she was absolutely miserable and wanted to leave so many times, and you get no sleep and you're emotional. And then Michael A jumped in and was like, oh yeah, it was such a terrible time. We were there being fed and we got to wake up by the ocean and hang out with our friends and blah, blah, blah. But just because two people are there at the same time doesn't mean they both had the same experience, you know?
Yeah. And like
I don't think Michael was trying to be dismissive of Genevieve. I just think they had two different experiences there.
Yeah. And it sounds like Michael might have left with someone, and it sounds like Genevieve might not have, you know? And that's because like people ask me all the time, like, oh, Paradise, what'd you think? And it's like, I can tell him how awful it was for me, but I also can tell them how amazing it was for some of my friends who are in relationships right now. So like, I make it very specific. This is my thought process, but like, I can't say that for everyone else. You know, there's other people who had a great time and are with their person and wouldn't trade that experience for the world. So when I was seeing that beef, I go, Genevieve might be single, Michael A might be happy.
Well, and that's like usually, you know, after being on this podcast and just kind of like being in this world and constantly talking about it, I tend to like, my thought process changes a little bit, because initially I would side with Michael A and be like, everybody's just being ridiculous. Like, you know, you signed up to go on this reality show. And it's not that hard. Like, especially when you like, I've had rougher jobs, and like when you've had a longer life, you know, you tend to look at, you know, the upside. But the truth is, people go on the show and they have a great experience, and Paradise is great, and it also sucks at the same time. But if you leave there in a relationship, in love, and things go well for you, you romanticize it. So you literally don't think about all the shitty things that happen, and the lack of sleep and how hot it is. And then when you leave, you know, single and heartbroken and things didn't work out for you, you probably look back at it and think like, yeah, it sucked, and it sucked for me.
Humid as shit.
and I fucking hated it. So you know, I do. I get where both people are coming from, and that's really what it is. Like if the show worked for you, you're gonna be happy about it, and if it didn't, you're probably gonna be salty about it, and that's just what it is. I mean.
Yeah, and I remember being on the beach and Becca being like, oh, I've done all the shows, and this is my favorite one, you know, like even more so than Bachelorette, but in like where she was the lead. But it's because she's clearly happiest with the person that she's with on this show, you know? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, so that's, you know, why I think they both, well, I don't think Michael deserved all the, you know, hate that came for him, like, oh, sorry, babe, like, don't, you know, he's not being insensitive, but also I think Genevieve is fully like, yes, girl, I feel you. You didn't have the best time. I get it.
Yeah.
And then we have the whole Sally suitcase thing where people are like, you know, I even tweeted like, why would you open up somebody else's suitcase? I like that choice, like the whole Sally suitcase choice. And if it was production, well, obviously they brought down the suitcase. Like I personally, I don't like it.
It was immature. The whole thing was immature.
The whole thing was immature. Yeah. And I know people, like, I was like, why would you open up their suitcase? Not cool. And it's like, well, you know, producers told us, like, and yeah, is that shitty? Yeah, that's shitty. But the truth is, like, you know, you don't have to do everything the producers tell you. Like, there's producers that are good producers. There's producers that are going to want you to do shitty things and silly things to make TV. I felt for Sally in that case, because she's not even there to defend herself. And it's like, was the suitcase real? Was it not? I don't even
weird.
know.
That whole reenactment too. Like, did Wells get paid extra for that?
But also everyone making, well, also, wait, can we talk about the elephant in the room too? Like, which producer got in a trunk? I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm not getting in no trunk at all.
Well, there's no way that's there. I would think there's some truth to that story, but I'm assuming there's an exaggeration in getting in a trunk. You know, I don't know. I don't think anybody.
I mean, I'm like, when I saw that, I said, hold on now, wait a second. That's a little crazy.
Yeah. And then
so I will say that, listen, the contestants do things and the producers clearly do things too.
Yeah.
Well, we saw at the end of the episode too that Sally does come in. So
yeah,
maybe
Sally
it was
comes
her
in.
suitcase. I don't know. But like, don't open people's shit. That's
but
weird.
can we just have like a girl moment for a second, Tia? Like all these girls are like, a vibrator. Like,
Yeah.
all of
Yeah,
these girls
yours
have used
is at
vibrators
home.
before.
Yeah.
Like stop. You know you mad. You know you mad.
Why was everybody like all the girls in the room were acting like that was the first time they ever saw a vibrator? Like,
yeah.
And then we see
That
Kira.
was very weird.
Kira goes into
With
the
her
bathroom,
lingerie.
which was funny.
Shout out to Kira.
Which was funny.
The
Shout out
fact
to
that
Kira.
she brought her lingerie, I'm like, damn, I didn't even think about that.
Okay, and then let's talk about but Sally is supposed to be coming down, and then there's rumors that Sally and Justin made out at Stagecoach, which we all know if you're going on Paradise, you probably shouldn't go to Stagecoach, but people just fucking do it. And anyways, that's the rumor. So Kara told Genevieve, watch out for Justin. And then Kara told Genevieve, I would be worried about Sally also because they were close or whatever at Stagecoach, which we had Justin on Clickbait and talked about Stagecoach.
Yeah.
And he did say that he was talking to Sally there. Now,
yes.
They started beefing on Twitter because Justin said, you weren't there. You don't even know what you're talking about. And Kara's like, I was there. We were
with
Sally and talking to you. And then there's like a photo with them both in the pool, but like separate. So what do you guys think about that?
I mean, Kira telling Genevieve that information while she was already spiraling was interesting timing. I mean, I guess she was just trying to warn her. I don't know, but the whole Twitter thing just really took it over the top.
Yeah. Well,
it's like he was trying to defend himself, like, oh, Kira was even at Stagecoach, and then she pulled out the receipts.
Like they were in the same pool together.
In the same, I mean, like 5 people apart.
Yeah.
Well, so, and you know what? And you guys know Justin's my boy. That's my guy. That's
yeah,
my
we're
guy.
not. I'm not here to.
I know his.
Justin, so I'm not here to talk shit about Justin.
No, but I just know his humor, and I'm just wondering if he's like, you were even there, but like not saying you weren't there, but saying like, were we even with each other? Like, how can you speak on how he basically watching the show? Kira made it seem very one-sided. Like Justin was all over Sally. Not like Justin and Sally were going at it. They were, because she could have very well said, "Well, Sally was really Justin,
but
right?
in Kara's defense, that might have been the only piece of information that was aired. But maybe she gave Genevieve more of a break.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
No, totally. And I'm not trying to shit on Kira either. I'm just thinking like. When I read the Twitter thing, I was like, he's probably like, wait, you were even there, but not like, I knew you were there, but like you were right there, like really, like it's, I don't know. I'm sorry. I haven't talked to him about it, but
this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say. If you go on Bachelor or Bachelorette and you never want to go on the show again, hang out with whoever you want. If you go on one of these shows and you plan on going to Paradise, stay away till you go on Paradise because this is the shit that always happens.
No.
Stagecoach is 2 months before Paradise. Just fucking wait until next year.
No, guys. This is what I wanted to talk about if I were here last week, and I want to bring this up right now. Watching the first episode, watching these last 2 episodes, whatever. I think we have to get to a point where it's almost impossible that people aren't going to either talk, meet each other, or whatever before the show. I think this is what happened with Andrew and Teddy. They had so much anticipation. They clearly have probably DM'd. Maybe they never met in person.
Which
but
is probably not to cut you off, but to bring it back to the episode, is probably why Teddy left, because to her it felt like all the cards were in her favor. Things were going great. Like everything couldn't have went perfect for her, and she still didn't fall in love. So that's why I think she left. But go ahead.
I agree. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like at this point, everyone talks about, everything that happened and people meeting and also, what happened with me on Paradise and with Brendan and Piper and everything. It's like, but at this point, I feel like a lot of these people have either talked, met, dated, saw each other, I don't know, like kissed, whatever. It's like we had the Romeo thing, we now have the Justin and Sally thing. Like it's just like it's a new wave of happening. Like people like it's great advice to say not to go to Stagecoach, but like I remember being at Gov Ball, and there was a bunch of people at Gov Ball. I mean, a lot of those people didn't come on this season, but very well could have. And like you just migrate towards each other if you're in the same place, you know, and you also have to live your life. So it's very interesting.
True. And you know what, honestly, you're probably right. And I think the way to probably start going about this is in your opening package for Paradise, be like, so before I went on this show, these are the people that I'm interested in. This is who I'm talking to, and this is who I hope to see because I want it to keep going. Yeah, I guess everybody should just be upfront and honest about it, you know, once there, because otherwise it's just like he said, she said, and it just gets messy.
I know we have to go to the next thing. Can we please touch on the Romeo thing for a second?
Yeah.
Because this dude had a freaking ass breakdown over his own doing. He's like, the fake boo-hooing, that was bizarre. He was just shooting his shot with everybody and was shocked when he was getting shut down. I feel like, okay, so he went back and forth with Jill and Kira, tried to fix things with Kira after Jill was like, absolutely not, we're not doing this. Who did he go after? Brittany
Galvin, and then she swerved his kiss, and then he even like went for Haley.
Listen, Brittany,
and then went back to Kira. I couldn't even keep up. It was a shit show. The terror in Brittany's eyes. Talking to him,
he spiraled, and I think he really spiraled after getting shut down by Brittany, and we see that, and like honestly, but like as a viewer and knowing like, hey, you're still on a reality show, like if you want to be there, don't like. He gave his rose back to Jill when Jill had told him like, you stand no chance and you'll never get my rose, and he still gave it to her. Like, give it to Hunter, give it to somebody else. Maybe you still stand a chance the next week. I mean, you've made nothing but bad decisions up until this point. Like, what are you doing? What was he doing?
That was so hard to watch. It was so hard to watch. And
I don't know what it is.
Oh, Jill gave him back exactly what he gave out. Yeah. She said, yeah, nothing's guaranteed. I'll take your rose.
I want to have Romeo on the podcast. I really do, because I need to know the thought process. I need to know his dating history. I need to know all of it. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I need to recommend a great therapist. I mean, really, I have one for him.
I'm interested to see where that goes. But Jill is freaking hilarious. Jill makes me actually cackle, laugh out loud in her interviews. I freaking love her.
Okay, so who's your favorites right now? Jill, who's your favorite to you?
Just like favorite couple?
Or no, just to watch on the show. Jill,
I love her.
Joe?
Oh, to watch? I mean, like I'm friends with like Andrew, Justin, Michael, but like my favorite person to watch is, I think, hands down, Genevieve. I think Genevieve is like bringing Genevieve's bringing the entertainment.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, she goes all for everything. Like her reactions and Justin's reactions are both like the.
But it's she reminds me of Ashley I Genevieve, and I think she's you know.
Oh my God, you're so right.
And she's very emotional, and she feels everything, and she's expressive, and it's like it's great TV, and
it is great TV. Yeah.
Even if it doesn't work out for Genevieve, like. It's eventually going to work out for her, I think. Like, she'll come back and it'll work. Something's going to happen.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I also think that the whole Ashley I thing and Jared, like, I mean, Ashley I worked for that relationship. I'm sorry, she did. She worked hard.
Yeah.
A lot of tears for that man. But she seems very happy now, so I'm happy for her. So Romeo is by far the most entertaining thing on the television to me, because it's just so bizarre. We haven't seen enough of her, but every time I see Sierra, I am so happy. She is a goddess, and I love her.
And her body
literally love her. love. Oh yeah, did you see when she hugged Michael and I saw sparkles? I said, you better, girl, with your black girl magic. You better. I love
insane,
Right.
insane. And
Yeah.
Fuller is
Yeah.
just the most stunning person on earth.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
What did you guys say about Michael and Sierra? You like them together?
When she hugged
Sierra,
him and you saw the glitter.
Oh,
she had
okay.
on her
body
back?
glitter on.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I loved it. Yeah, Fuller coming down and making everyone shaking the boots. That
It's legit. She's intimidating.
Yeah.
She's so
It was so
stunning. It's
good.
intimidating.
It
But
was-
she's so
it was
goofy.
so
She's
good.
just like, oh, I like you.
Yes. Okay, so guys, we're gonna get to the clickbait of the week. And I feel like Romeo would be on this list. I feel like this clickbait of the week is very it's very on point and on brand for someone like Romeo. This woman created a TripAdvisor site where women can go on and basically make reviews about men that they've dated that have been liars, narcissists, or just
Cheaters.
players, wherever you want. Cheaters, lots of cheaters on there. And people can go on there and write about the exes, but you can't put any personal information like their phone number, their address, or anything like that. I think you just say their name and maybe like the city that they're in. And other women can go on and be like, oh yeah, I met Michael 2 days ago. Ooh, whatever. I have so many mixed feelings about this because as a woman who has dated many guys, in the sense of I've dated the players, I've dated the good boys, I've dated, all mixed in. I've dated guys who treated me like literal gold, who was so gross to their former girlfriends.
Yes.
But also, right? I've also dated guys who were just scumbags, and then they went off and was in a very happy relationship. I mean, you guys saw it on Paradise. You know what I mean? Like, truly. So it's like, I don't know that. I mean, the woman said she made it for people to, women to go and like vent about whatever happened to them. But I'm a little hesitant because just because that guy didn't do that girl right, maybe that wasn't the girl for him, and maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe I don't know. Like,
and like he
that doesn't mean
probably
people can
wasn't
change
into
it.
you,
And I believe
it's biased. Like the woman's opinion is biased.
And we just saw that happen
exactly
with Eric and Gabby. Like there's Eric, with the text messages with the Eric and Gabby, the Bachelorette.
Oh yes.
And I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Gabby said like that was a dick move by him, but I love him. He treats me
we in
great,
love.
And it's not like that with us. So, there you go.
Yeah, I don't think, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm like, who would I to go and tell someone like, girl, he treated me like this, like he's gonna treat you like that too. Who knows? Like I mean, that's not the case, and that's not the case a lot. But now there are some men who are just F-boys, like Nick talks about in his book. There are some guys who are just out here for the ass. They just want to hook up with you. They don't care about anything else. They're going to wine, dine, and try to fuck you over. 100%. 100%. And people that he's talked to. I have a guy in mind right now who lives in New York City, and I'm like, I keep hearing about this man from multiple women, multiple things, how much of a scumbag he is. Everyone knows it until you meet him and you don't know it, and then you get screwed over, right? So in those cases, I think it could be very interesting, but you still have to make your own educated guess, right?
Yeah, and you can like search for guys' names on here. So it can like put a bad taste in your mouth about someone before you even know them or go out with them. I feel like on this site, there should be like people that can vouch for it, and you've got to have like 2 or 3 like people that can vouch for it, so you can be like, okay, actually he's consistently done this with 4 people. And I also thought of like Army Hammer. If someone like Army Hammer saying like crazy shit about eating your heart, I mean, that could be some information that's on this website.
Yeah, but I like the idea.
Who would be like, eat my heart.
Oh, I know. And
I like the idea.
You see him, you're like, damn, you can have it.
I like the idea of verification. Like, like it needs to be
verification. Yeah.
Like,
Also, is there
he's verifiably shitty.
Yeah, like it's like, multiple people, like, how you can put the reviews, like a star, you can put the stars, how many reviews this person has, whatever. Sure. But also, like, I went on a really shitty, like the worst date that I've been on in I don't know how long. Truly, it was awful. But I also don't want to go on a site now and bash this person because he was just very, I think, insecure when it came to me.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that he would be like that with someone else,
Right.
So I wouldn't want to bash him like and say all these things about him to all my girlfriends, like don't date him. And also, we only went on 2 dates, right? Like, so I
How
think
was
there
the
should also
first?
be like
How
a
was the
time
first
limit.
date? How was the first date that you went on a
Oh,
second one?
the first date was so good. It was
Okay.
great.
Oh.
Wow.
It was great. It was probably like Jill when Jill first met Romeo. She probably was like, he's great. And then she said, hold on, wait a second.
Yeah, she said you made me
Right?
look dumb. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
he has good first impressions, I think, because even Kira came to the beach like, I want Romeo. Clearly they want him for a reason, right? Some
Yeah.
people make really great first impressions. The second date, it was like night and day, and I was like, oh my God. I've literally never done this before. I literally was like, I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. He was like, what? I'm like, I'm going to leave. And then I left. It was that bad.
Wow.
Awful. Awful. Well,
All
I'll
right.
tell you guys about it later.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
Okay.
We don't have time. But yeah, so with this, ladies, if you're gonna talk about a relationship, I think definitely have some receipts. Definitely know that he's done it to multiple women, not just you. If you
Mm-hmm.
are gonna go on here and say something, because you could be meeting someone, they say hurt people hurt people. You could be meeting someone who's unhealed. We believe in healing. We believe in getting better. We believe in changing. We believe in therapy. And I'm saying all that because I hope one day Romeo watches this back and says, you know what? I'm going to change my ways and I'm going to be a great husband to a great girl.
I
And
think
I
he
think that's
will.
all.
I have faith in him.
Only
I
time
do
will
too.
tell. Okay,
Yes.
well, I think now's the perfect time to bring on our guest. He's actually probably verified on this website. I'm joking. It's everyone, please welcome the man himself. Just showed up to Paradise, took Genevieve on a date. They seem to be hitting it off. Welcome, Aaron Clancy, to the podcast. Aaron, what's up? How are you? Welcome.
What's up, dude? Good to be here. I'm doing well.
It's good to see you. You graced our screens this week.
Yes.
Saw you back before we get into your thought process of going back and what went down on the show. Let's just talk about life beforehand, where you're living, and what has changed since Paradise last.
Yeah, I'm still in San Diego. To be honest, it's really been kind of a little bit of a whirlwind since I left Paradise, doing a little bit of traveling. But trying to obviously casually date, etc. But not too much has changed.
I know a lot of people ask you, and it's like the dorky thing to ask, but are you and James roommates? Is that a thing?
No, we're not.
You talked about it last year that you were.
Well, he lives like down the street, so we're neighbors. But,
okay.
Yeah. We're pretty close. It's close enough.
Can you tell him to come over?
We tried to make that happen. Actually, he's kind of busy with work right now, so we couldn't. But that was plan A. Me by myself is plan B. So hopefully it's good enough though.
And
no, it is.
Appreciate you.
And don't lie to me, Aaron. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Now the rumor, and I think we've talked about this before, but I'm going to ask again. The rumor of you and Genevieve hooking up before the show, is there any truth to that, or is that just all fabricated?
It's all 100% fabricated.
Okay.
So it's like something, Shanae completely just created.
Okay. All right. So now you're on
Going
Paradise.
back on the show.
Why did you why did you do it? Why'd you go back?
It's pretty simple. Essentially, I went through it obviously to find romance, found bromance. The love was still there, but it's not exactly the type I was looking for. No hate. So decided to give it another shot when they asked.
No hate to who?
Yeah,
no
I was about to say, Your
no hate to
ex-girlfriend is
bromance.
on the
No
screen.
no hate to bromance. Like the bromance. I'm not saying bromance love is like inherently unequal, but it's just not. It just doesn't give me the same.
It's not what you were looking
guess.
for. It's not what you were
exactly.
looking
Yeah. Thanks for saying that, Joe.
Well, so how does it feel to see Tia? Because the last time you saw Tia,
Dude, it feels amazing. Tia, congrats on everything that's happening in your life. It's
Thank you.
crazy seeing everything. Yeah, no, it's nuts.
So, okay, so
Oh my God.
you're back. We see you and James come down. You guys are, best shape of your lives. You're talking to Jesse. You guys have this big bro moment. What's going on in your head? Are you nervous? Are you excited?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much like, I would say the first time I went down, I was more nervous than excited, and but there was kind of an element of
You
both.
were actually like, now that I've gotten to know you, I remember you that first day, and you were extremely nervous.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Because you saw me open up a little bit.
Yeah.
This time I think it kind of switched, and I was more excited than nervous, but I was definitely still nervous for sure. I didn't know anyone really for the most part. I had met like a couple people at I think women's tell all or something like that. But yeah, I was nervous.
Okay. And then you take out Genevieve. I don't remember, but I don't think it showed you talking to any other girls. Was there anybody else that you were considering?
no, he did. He talked to Jill.
Oh, you talked. Okay. Was there anybody
And he talked to Jill too.
Okay. Was Genevieve just for sure, this is who I'm taking out on a date, or was there anybody else you were considering?
No, it wasn't for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't really know her that well. Just slightly better than everyone else there. So I asked to talk to her first. I believe Sierra was naked. Was next.
He is naked.
I just woke up. So Sierra was next. And then Brittany, I talked to Brittany as well. I don't remember talking to Jill, actually.
Oh, you didn't?
I may have.
It showed you pulling Jill first, I thought.
Yeah, it showed you pulling, because Jill was so excited because she wanted to see you.
Oh, that was Rodney.
That was Rodney.
That was Rodney.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
that was Rodney.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck
No,
it.
you're good. I just said naked, so we're both making mistakes. No. Yeah, so I talked to Brittany as well, and then Shanae was last.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys go on this date. There's obviously, the rumor of you and Genevieve, and then there's also the beef between.
Wait. Last time you were on this podcast, Shanae had slid into your DMs. And I remember that. So you knew that she was interested from that, clearly. Is that one of the reasons why you pulled her?
I don't know how transparent I can be, but they just really wanted me to pull her. They just she
was into you though. Like she was like Logan.
Yeah,
was into you.
But like she is a very pretty girl. But at the end of the day, like the thing that matters most is kind of like just how someone acts, if they act with integrity or not. Like at the end of the day, like I just wasn't into it. I just, because
you were mad that she said that about you and Genevieve.
It wasn't that I was overly mad, but I definitely didn't like her, and I thought it was, like I said, before, I think it was collateral damage in that whole thing she was doing for attention, trying to make Genevieve look bad, whatever. But there's still some damage done. So
your impression of
let me tell you
after you met her?
So slightly like it validated my opinion that she did it for attention, because she's not like a bad chick. I don't think she is, at least from what I've seen, but she definitely still did those things. And so you have to kind of look at like, what's the reason she would do that if she's not like, necessarily like a bad person. Right. So I think she was just looking for attention and again, like, miss me with that. Right.
Okay. All right. So
if we know one thing about Aaron, he does not fuck with liars. He don't like it.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Pants on fire, dude.
Okay. All right. So now James takes Shanae, are you at all on this date worried about like how Genevieve and Shanae are going to act towards each other? Are they going to both like potentially start fighting over you? Was there anything like that going on?
No, well, half of that. So I had, like, they didn't show it, but I had made it clear to Shanae that I wasn't interested. And she seemed to respect that. So that was there. I didn't think Shanae was gonna like try again or anything. And then James is a stud, and James is interested. And so I think she would be like a complete fool if she didn't focus on that. Right. So I was never worried about that. I think that I was potentially worried about Genevieve and her, beefing and it kind of messing up the date, just because I know Genevieve can kind of tend to focus a little bit on that kind of stuff. So I was worried, but I thought the best approach was to kind of let James and myself and James chemistry and kind of like goofy ability to lighten the scenario, kind of take control. Hopefully that would have kind of overrun any sort of beef, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Did you two chat about who you were going to pick before you did it?
Dude, no. Like we did, but like he didn't never mention
Shanae was
Shanae.
shocked.
I was shocked too. Like he never mentioned her. Like he mentioned, I think he had like Brittany. He had a thing for Brittany and stuff like that. But like Shanae came out of left field for me too. I was like, jaw to the floor, right?
So, what do you think now about like everything else going on the beach? Are you surprised at any of the couples, any of the drama? What are you thinking?
Yeah, so it was actually really entertaining for me to watch these first couple episodes because obviously I wasn't there. I really didn't even ask too much about what happened, but dude, Romeo, what the fuck is man's doing? Dude,
see why I love you.
Like
he's like living the repercussions of his own actions, and he's like, what's happening?
Romeo, sometimes heartbreak is living with the consequences of your own actions, my boy. So just learn from him, right? But I just when he kept going to other people desperately and he's swinging and missing.
That was rough.
It was
damn, I would say that was the most rough thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
And you didn't hear any of that when you were on the beach? Like nobody was talking about that?
So I did, but it was from him. And so it was like, it was like not the way it was explained. Like he came up to me and said, Hey, have you heard about how I came down on the beach? And I said, no, man. I had just met him and I was like, no, man, how'd that happen? He goes, well, unlike most people, I already had triangles forming before I came here. And I was like, what did you just tell me out loud? What did you just say out loud to me? Wow. And then I hysterically laughed, right?
You're like, hey, James we have mics on.
Yeah. James and I high five, chest bumped, walked away, that was pretty much it. But
this man loves chaos. He loves chaos.
It was so freaking, it was just like, I could not believe he just said that out loud. And like, I was like, wow, you don't know how this works, do you?
That's actually funny.
That's
okay.
So funny. Yeah.
What about,
okay. So wait, on the date, it seemed like Genevieve and Shanae were vibing. Was that accurate?
Yeah, no. Yeah. They're besties.
At any point, since Shanae was into you, was she like, yo, Aaron, let's get out of here. Let's ditch these two. Let's go.
No. Yeah. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Good.
I mean, like, okay, again, good. Like I made it pretty clear, but I think she had her hands full too. So.
Yeah.
And then what else? Is there any other drama? Yeah. Like was that a big deal when Teddy left, or were you were on your date and didn't really?
Exactly. I was on my date. I didn't even see it. I think the first thing Teddy said was also the last thing she said to me. It was like, hi, I'm Teddy, never saw her again.
Wow.
And then, the Sally suitcase, was that a big deal, or did you not really weren't there?
So I heard about that. So some of the girls left. When they came back, they were just like, oh, there's a suitcase, the vibrator. And it made it sound like there was just like a fat vibrator laying on top of a suitcase or something. But watching it back, dude, I hated that. Like,
Yeah,
don't
we
open
didn't like
someone's
it.
suitcase. But like, I fucking hated that. Like, they were throwing her stuff
Yeah.
on the ground, like
And we know there's
these
bugs
are
and stuff in
extensions, and
there.
they threw them. Yeah,
Was that really her
God.
stuff? Was that
Bugs,
really her stuff? Or was
crabs.
that,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, I'm fairly confident. Again, like, I wasn't there. It said Sally on it. It was supposed to be, but
yeah.
but I fucking hated that. That was just like blatant overstepping, in my opinion.
Yeah, you would have
But
not.
also,
I would have liked to
Oh,
go
I-
through your
I mean, we're-
suitcase.
If someone goes, I mean, we're fighting to the death. Look at that.
but let's be honest, like, where in what world is a vibrator on for that long? Like,
The batteries die.
Yeah, but then
exactly.
how was it? Oh, so there were cuts and stuff. Yeah.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, clearly it was placed. They turned it on. They placed it in there, and like, so when the girls came in, they heard it, or whoever heard it. But you know, like,
Yeah, and I'm just gonna. The whole thing was like, Sally had explosive diarrhea, stuff like that. Like, I was like, come on now.
Can we go back and
Yeah.
talk about the premise of your date? Was it just an ass shaking date?
So that
yeah,
was
you
a
guys
part
were
of it.
eating stuff. You were eating stuff.
When they saw how much ass we brought to the table, they made us shake it. But
Okay. Because it
No,
didn't
so-
really set up what you were doing. It just showed you guys at a dance
yeah,
party.
just like a variety of activities. Yeah. So we essentially walked to the pool. There was a bunch of people like jumping up and down, turning up for, waiting for us. And then we had a nacho eating contest, right?
Oh.
And they showed
Who
that at
won?
the end. So I won, actually, not because of my like eating abilities, just because I was smarter about it. So, obviously toppings. There are toppings at the top of the nachos. The bottom ones are kind of dry, right? And so anyone ever bodybuilds, they know the rule: wetter is better, right? So that's because when you eat a lot, the wetter it is, the better, right? So anyways, I ate all the time. I went top to bottom. Everyone else went left to right, right to left. And, I pulled out the win, because I ate all the toppings off, right? So.
Did you get sick at all or no?
Nah, dude, nah. If I got sick or something like that, like, my genes would be kind of weak and history will forget me, right? So I just that's pretty good.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, we learn something new every day. Now, if I'm ever, which I probably will never be in an eating contest, but now I know. Wet is, what'd you say?
Wetter
Better
is
is-
better. Well, yeah, have you
is
seen that
better.
hot
Wetter is
dog
better.
eating contest?
There we
that
go.
They do every year. They dip the hot dogs in water and like shovel them down the
Yeah.
gullet. It's foul.
Yeah, because you don't have enough saliva, to make it happen. So you gotta wetten it.
And how about having Ashley and Jarrett? Cool, fun. Like, what's that like?
I absolutely love them. They're the best. Super, super cool. I knew of them from this whole thing, but I didn't watch their season, actually. So I really like them. Ashley actually was telling me that she had watched me in the previous, and she thought I was just like an angry, I don't know, just extremely angry dude, right? So she was like, when girls said they were interested in me, she was like, why? Like, why
You're
would you
mad
be
like
interested in that
twice.
guy?
Yeah,
Eh.
you are a
Yeah,
little.
I know.
You definitely have some anger issues you can work.
What'd you
out.
just fucking say? No. But no, but seriously, she said when a girl was interested, she was like surprised, and when she met me, she was like, "Oh, this is why you're like a nice guy, right?" So love that. They said they're at their little cafe or a coffee shop they run. They're going to get some protein shakes for when I visit. So it's pretty nice too.
Oh, nice. You're gonna go. You should go. It's actually a great little coffee shop. I was there, and they sell Sundays with Joe. So buy some.
Oh,
Dang.
shout
I'll
out.
buy it. It's the
Any,
only coffee shop that sells sauce, dude.
Before we let you go, T. I mean, you're smart. You've been on the show. Tease something for us. Let us know what we can expect.
Are we gonna see Aaron explode again? Is someone lying? Are you gonna have to be the mayor? But you're the mayor now. Joe's not there. You got to be the full mayor.
Yeah,
president
so-
of Paradise.
That's funny. So, like, going into it now a second time, there's so much, you expect the unexpected. I'm just so much, I just react so much. I'm less reactionary, right? I'm less impulsive, right? Which is good. It's great. Maybe not for TV purposes, but, for my purposes, right? So that's awesome. Yes. The people there kind of would ask me for like more, not necessarily advice, but it was like how to handle or what would maybe happen that day, or like how to handle things, and I don't know. There's I guess I would just say it's just like there's a lot that happens. It's gonna be epic, and there are some downhill spirals that you guys will have to watch. I don't know.
That's great. Can't wait. You had asked me for a lot of advice, Aaron, when we were there, and I was really just producing you the whole time, which was great.
Explained why it went so badly for me. So this time Joe's not here, and I'm gonna find love.
Ooh, that's a spoiler. Wait, so Aaron, does anyone creeping on your bromance with James? Is there any guys that you met this time around that you didn't know before that you're like, actually he's really cool, like he can hang?
Wow, wait, yeah. Does James have any competition? Is there any? Yeah.
Great question, dude. Great question. No, he doesn't, dude. He doesn't have James always has a special place in my heart, you know. Jimmy Boy's number one, I like to say. But Logan and Johnny from Gabby Rachel's season, absolute studs. Love the boys. You know, a lot of the new guys are pretty cool.
Yeah. How did you feel? How do you feel?
It's giving bro energy.
Oh yeah.
James
is giving, bro.
I know.
He
got it. I know he got it a while ago, but how do you feel about James's leg tattoo? Are you okay with that?
Dude, I am.
Did he ask?
I am.
Did he ask? Did he run it by you at all, or no?
Dude, you know what? No, he didn't, and we've like reconciled about that. But that was my favorite leg, you know. Before now, it's obviously. No, it's awesome. I think it's really well done. I think that the artist, you know, my compliments to the artist, right? So
always, you never not compliment the artist.
Yeah, dude, or the chef if they're using Sundays with Joe, dude. So yeah, I totally get it.
Absolutely. All right, Aaron.
Okay.
Get out of here.
So wait, I have one more question. So coolest guy on the beach, coolest girl on the beach to you when you got there. Who was it?
When
you
I
can't
got
say
there.
James, Abby.
And I can't say me.
Can't say James.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Fuck. Trying to remember. Rodney was like after I got there, right? So I can't say Rodney.
Yeah. Well, just in general.
Easy. Okay, easy. Mike A. Okay. Mike A is my fucking
Mike
man.
A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike A.
Right.
Mike A's the coolest.
Girl. He's not gonna choose a girl. Aaron only bros out with bros. It's Aaron's.
No, I choose a girl.
Victoria.
Victoria.
Yeah, Victoria.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I was your favorite on our season. I know I was.
Yeah, arguably still my favorite but you weren't there, right? So, Victoria I call her my sister. So yeah, Victoria.
Okay,
Mike.
good.
And what's one more thing? What's one thing that wasn't there this time that you miss, and what's one thing on the beach that you're like, oh, I forgot about how shitty this is?
Dude, so the shittiness is easier to remember first. I got bit by bugs, like a spider on my leg, and it swelled up.
Oh, but like your feet, remember? Yeah, your feet were swollen up, right?
I had like a gout or something, but it was just one leg this time. It was just oh my god, it was one leg this time, but I was still rendered completely immobile, so that sucked. And the good things, I forgot what it was like to, you know, slam a couple Cificos and hit the pool. You know, that was a good time. So
people cook for you,
people cook for me.
Anything you want.
They're good cooks too. Like
the
food's good.
So good.
There he goes again. Compliments the right people. Way to go, Aaron.
My compliments to the chef, dude. Yep.
All right, Aaron. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate you, and I'm really looking forward to watching more of what happens with Aaron.
Yeah, dude. If you have any issues with me, make sure you take it to Twitter, dude.
Of course, I always do. When you guys walk down, I tweeted a Step Brothers tweet, and I thought it was really funny. Yeah.
Did you compliment my pecs though?
I'm gonna come for you. That's kind of like I might be done tweeting. And I think I'm just only gonna gear towards like what Aaron did wrong and really try to destroy you.
You know what, dude? That might have like the negative reverse opposite effect and help me out. So I appreciate you.
Can you say the lotion? What is the saying? The ocean is the
Yeah, it's when
The
you're
ocean
itching.
feeling?
When you know how when you itch, your skin itches, like moisturizing helps, right? So when you're itching for the waves, the only lotion is the ocean, right? And that's
There it
something
is.
that's something that's
Oh,
known,
That's
dude.
it.
Facts.
it's so good. It was good.
Facts,
I'm not
facts.
kidding. It was poetry. Facts on facts. Poetry.
Modern day Willie S with the poetry, dude.
Really, yes. I can't.
All right, Aaron.
Appreciate you guys.
Later.
Oh,
Later.
Bye, Aaron. See you later.
bye.
So
Always
Raven.
fun. Always fun talking to Aaron. He brings, he gets quite a reputation from people that watch him, but he does bring a great energy. He's always in a good mood and funny to be around.
Yes.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. I would love to see him be like serious with someone, which I know he did kind of tell Genevieve that he was into her, right? Like he was like, you know what? I'm just going to be up front and tell you that I like hanging with you. I want to do this again.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see because he is a goofball.
I think we see that, and who knows? I mean, I don't know. It does seem like Genevieve and Aaron will become a
Hit it
couple,
off.
but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we'll see.
Or Justin, he just
Yeah.
got left in the dust.
Yeah.
I feel awful about that. It's awful. Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Well, excited for next week. Thank you so much to our listeners, and make sure to catch new episodes of Bachelor in Paradise every Monday and Tuesday on ABC or Hulu.
Yes, and as always, make sure to subscribe, listen, send us all your questions. You can follow us at ClickbaitBN on Instagram. All our links to all the other socials are right there on that page.
And share your stories with us. We want to know what clickbait you guys are looking at this week. Clickbait is available on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen. You can listen ad-free by subscribing to Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts or the Wondery app. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.